Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, from Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. It's Friday, and you know what that means. It's time for the weekly SmackDown Event Center report. And now here's the man that will bring you the happenings on WWE SmackDown every Friday night, Mr. Eric M. Lima.
Thank you very much, Mr. Announcer, sir. Well, hello there, everyone, and welcome to yet another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans, 1977, episode number 2615 of the show. How's it going? This is the second part of the Crown Jewel Perth Fallout, as you know. It's been a crazy, been a crazy week here in the WWE. Gotten crazier on SmackDown. I will explain why. So, anyways, for starters, Vic Joseph once again on doing the play-by-play, and Corey Graves' return from his attack at the hands of Brock Lesnar, and Nick Aldis kicked off SmackDown by addressing the San Jose crowd, Bayley's hometown, that the Jacob Fought 2 McIntyre match will be a number one contenders match for the undisputed WWE Championship. So there's that. Then Cody Rhodes comes out, addresses the San Jose crowd, and then in the back, Rey Fenix was doing a photo shoot until the MFTs said, "Hey, the photo shoot is over." He said, "No, a couple more pictures, then you can have it." And then they attacked him. He said, "When I say," and so Sikoa says, "When I say it's over, it's over." And it seems to me the MFTs will not be done yet. Then the women's tag team titles were on the line as Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, the Twisted Queens. I like that. Why don't you call them the Bliss Queens, but Twisted Queens? I see that. Going up against Zaruka, and that will be Zarya and Soruka, the NXT Women's North American Champion and the WWE Women's Speed Champion. And in attendance is none other than Blake Monroe. We just found out, it was announced also, that the NXT Women's North American title will be on the line as Soruka will defend it against Blake Monroe. And during that matchup, Blake Monroe was distracting Soruka by saying, "Yay!" and clapping all that. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair took advantage of the situation and ended up making Soruka tap out to the figure 8. But they shook hands with the challengers afterwards, so it's respect there. Now that Soruka needs to focus, because I think I stepped on something. Get it out of there. Alright, might have stepped on a splinter or something like that. Be careful. So she better focus on Blake Monroe, because next Saturday will be the women's North. So both North American titles are on the line. The women's North American title and the men's North American title on the line. And where are we here? Did Jacob Fought 2 tells Rose about challenging him? He says, "After I get done dog walking Drew McIntyre, I'll be going after that." And then Cody Rhodes shakes his hand, says, "I wouldn't have it any other way." Then Aleister Black and Zelina Vega cut a promo about realigning themselves and said it's all been a master plan from the get-go. So how's Damian Priest going to get his revenge? Well, Damian Priest can call on someone that he's currently dating to help him. Because rumor has they're going to have some NXT call-ups because of the string of injuries that they have and everything else. We have Lola Vice was one of the names thrown around to be on SmackDown. So that's something to think about. And then The Miz was talking to Aldis, and he said, "Thank you so much." Shaking hands on the what Miz had asked Nick Aldis, and then Sami Zayn confronted because there was supposed to be another U.S. title open challenge. He says, "Nick, what's this all about?" And he goes, "Well, I'm very concerned. We know Shinsuke Nakamura's still in Japan. He probably wants a rematch after what happened in the MFTs. I'm worried about the MFTs. I've already got enough problems to worry about." And then And then Sami Zayn goes, no. I owe it to the fans. I owe it to this company. I owe it to the fans. I owe it to them. This United States title means a lot to me. So I'm going to go out there and defend the title. Nick Aldis didn't stop him. He said, okay. But like I said, I think he in his back of his mind, Nick Aldis knew, hey, Sami's got a point. I'll let him do that. So he goes out there and then looks at Miz. Anything else want? No, I'm good. I'm real good. I was like, he's going to try and challenge him. And Sami Zayn comes out to defend the title. Then the Miz comes out and says, I'm sick and tired of having that title be a charity case. And then Carmelo Hayes blindsides him, gets him back for what Miz did to him. So it looks like a feud between those two are going to be going at it. Then, and he puts down the title. Who's next? Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. The Mad Dragon, Ilya Dragunov. Oh no, he goes, Poison. Love Ilya Dragunov, one of my favorite wrestlers from NXT UK. He was on Raw last time, but now he is on SmackDown. And he challenged Sami Zayn. And ladies and gentlemen, after 1 year away due to an injury, we have a new United States champion, Ilya Dragunov, the Mad Dragon, has done it. The Mad Dragon has done it. He is the new United States champion. And Sami Zayn was about to go shake his hand to congratulate him. The MFTs attacked them both. And then Solo Sikoa says, hey, we run SmackDown. And all of a sudden the lights went out. And Bo Dallas appeared and said, seek it, you shall find. Knock, and you shall answer. But you're not going to like what's on the other side. And then the video stopped. And the tag team champions Gacy and Loomis, along with Eric Rowan and Nikki Cross, and in the ring they start confronting the MFTs, but Solo Sikoa and his crew back down. I would not be surprised if this is going to turn into a War Games match. If it does, it's going to be bowling shoe ugly, man. Survivor Series is November is next month. Survivor Series is not that far away as well. And I'll tell you one thing. If the Wyatt Six and the MFTs go at it in a War Games match, like I said, bowling shoe ugly, folks. Bowling shoe ugly. But they're not. No, they're not. Let's say Ray Phoenix comes in and tries to fight off the MFTs, but to no avail. Like I said, Solo Sikoa addresses the crowd. Bo Dallas interrupts them. And then Kathy Kelly interviewed Tiffany Stratton, and he says, listen, one loss does not define me. I've been most undefeated for most of the year and everything. So I want to keep defending my title and prove myself why I am the Women's Undisputed Champion. And then Kiana James interrupts Tiffany Stratton saying, I knew that Stephanie McCare would beat you and all that, and starts disrespecting Tiffany Stratton. She goes, why don't you prove it to me in a match next week if you're that good? Okay, I'll see you there next week. So, Tiffany Stratton, Kiana James, that'd be a heck of a fight. And then, excuse me. The Lower City Machine Guns were talking about being there in the WWE for a year, and then Los Stars interrupts them and they say, hey, why don't we run it back one more time, you and us in a tag match? So they had their tag team matchup, and the Motor City Machine Guns ended up winning that matchup. Meanwhile, Fraxium was talking about trying to get in on this one. Nathan Frazier wants to go attack. Axiom says, let's be patient. DIY, along with Candice LeRae, interrupts them, and they start making fun of Fraxium, and then trying to touch the mask of Axiom. Says, why don't you do this? How about this? I'm challenging you one-on-one. Axiom tells Johnny Gargano, says, okay, fine. Then the number one contenders match was supposed to happen. But Jacob Fatu got attacked to the point where blood was coming out of his mouth. Some teeth were missing, so we don't know what happened. Drew McIntyre comes out, tells the referee, raise my hand. I'm the number one contender. Nick Aldis says, if I swear anything to do with it. And then he says, I'm going to cut you off right there. I got nothing to do with it. I think Drew McIntyre was lying. But then it's the MFTs that could be, because Jacob Fatu did walk out on Solo Sikoa, so So Solo Sikoa probably hold a little grudge there. So, anyways. So there's that. And so Cody Rhodes goes, enough, I've had enough. You want a match? You got one. And these two beat the snot out of each other to the point where it ended up being a no contest. I don't think the title was on the line. But Cody Rhodes did, try to attack Drew McIntyre until the officials and referees and all had to separate the two of them. So I think this is a grudge match that could end up happening in Survivor Series. Who knows? It could go away then. So that is it for today's episode of the show. Tomorrow will be Card Sharks, and we got some Wrestle Dream that'll take place tomorrow. So for AEW, a lot of stuff happening there. So excuse me, man, been a long day. So thank you all for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed day. And until the next episode comes rolling around, Mr. Announcer, take us home.
That is all for today's episode of the show. This is Mr. Announcer speaking for Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. A Big Beefy E and do it for Bob Saget production, and in association with a Raving Bull for 3000 Telepictures and Distribution. Thank you for watching another episode of Eric Lima Shenanigans of 1977. See you later on the next episode of the show. Goodbye for now.